All right, music fans, welcome back. It is I, Dave, the real music observer, observing real music in real time for real people, just like you. Right there. Oh, yeah, and just like me. All right, so a buddy of mine from the Escape Journey Tribute Band up in Ohio was telling me on the phone not too long ago that somebody was trying to convince him that this new version of the tune The Sound of Silence, that Simon and Garfunkel absolute classic from the 1960s, really a song that helped establish them as the sort of perennial great songwriters and performers, and they are. They're Simon and Garfunkel, both brilliant. Even Art Garfunkel, who remained pretty much off the radar screen for years and years, was producing some pretty decent albums, very mellow, sort of adult contemporary music, but a lot of it very good, and he is a fine vocalist, one of the best ever, actually. The dude can carry a tune anywhere. And Paul Simon, no slouch either. Paul Simon on his farewell tour this year. Again, more casualties to the aging rock and roll community out there. But this band, Disturbed, and yes, their name pretty much says it all. They've been around for quite some time. In fact, when I went back to visit my old alma mater, the radio station I used to work at, maybe 14, 15 years ago, I can't remember now, it's been a while. But I walked into the on-air studio. In fact, there's a picture of me somewhere, either on Facebook, and I'm actually in the studio doing my best William Shatner Wrath of Khan scream into the microphone, and they took the picture, and it was kind of funny. So I've kept it ever since, and I'm a lot younger there, so it kind of works out, But the point is, I walked in, and I heard this song, and the song was awful. It was just, it was like noise and, the vocals that, have followed me or haven't followed me, or I've run away from them, I should say, since the mid-1990s. This guy had it even more than the grungy stuff that appeared in the mid-90s. And I looked at my former boss and I said, "What the heck is that?" And she goes, "It's Disturbed. They're really big." And then what was even more painful is Disturbed was followed by Led Zeppelin. Okay, so you put a fine vintage wine next to this swill that I wouldn't serve to my worst friend. Okay? Just saying. Worst friend, best friend. That didn't make sense, but just go with it, okay? So here they are in the year whatever, and this must have come out last year, I'm assuming, 2017. If not, then 2018. And they're covering this amazing song, and I got to thinking, though, this is their song. "Hello, Darkness, My Old Friend." That says it all. That's why they've glommed on. Because this is a work of art. It's melodic, it's thoughtful, it's well written, and this band, quite frankly, that doesn't deserve this video because I'm wasting time talking about them, all right? I know they've got 361 million views. I know they're selling albums. This has been a generational shift away from music. And by the way, the fact that they cover this, and this tune was just a defining tune almost of this generation, along with like Mrs. Robinson and all the stuff that these guys recorded back in those days. It's the irony and the frustration and the, "Hey, get off my lawn, you kids, because this is just not where you're supposed to be. Get off the sacred ground. Don't mess with it." I mean, this goes beyond that because the 2 or 3 minutes I listened, probably about 2 minutes, it was torture. It was just this guy, they got a close-up of this guy, and there's just no point in me describing the video to you. I watched a little bit, and then I thought about it, and I said, well, it figures. It figures. It's also when you run out of ideas and you don't really have any musicality, you don't have anything to really offer as original, good, listenable, singable music. But see, this serves two purposes. One, it's a dark song. It's kind of a depressing song. But sung by Simon and Garfunkel, with Art Garfunkel's great voice and the harmonies that these two offered, it was like a pristine walk through the snow in the 1960s. This is a dark, dirty dungeon with skeletons hanging everywhere. This is just turning the thing upside down. And it's got 361 million views. I think that says more about culture and taste and what is defined as good, which when I start judging on this channel, when I start saying I like this and I don't like that, people go crazy. I mean, they go crazy. Well, what do you mean? Why are you being so harsh? Why are you being so blunt? You can't sing. You've got no right to tell me what's good. Yeah, everybody has an opinion, folks, and we used to express those opinions, and now we keep them to ourselves because we're afraid of offending someone. That's just ridiculous. I can't go there with anybody. I'm not going to be disturbed. If you want me to go listen to Simon and Garfunkel, I'm there. I'm fine with S and G, okay? But I've just had it with this kind of music being so. I guess am I angry that this is popular? A little bit. Yeah, it's bizarre what passes for music now. And we're in the minority. Okay, we're in the minority. If you like a good bluesy riff with a guy who sounds like he, smoked too many Lucky Strikes and drank too much whiskey, that's the way we used to think that was radical. That's like over the top, Now, you've got to be disturbed. You've got to be that in order to be, considered cool and hip. And I'm not into cool and hip. I guess I'm just, the get off my lawn guy. So that's it. I just wanted to make mention of this song and what's being done to it and how popular it is. It's mind-boggling. I'll be back with more real music in real time for real people just like you, just like me. Talk to you then.